Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
I'm Joe Biggs with Infowars.com. Now I'm here to address a video that was put out by a group called the All Warriors Network, and they had this exclusive interview with a guy that is now being called the Fat Delta Guy, and they said that's what Infowars is calling him.
Look who I ran into, Big John, aka Fat Delta Guy, on Infowars. What do you think about being famous, man?
I think Infowars is an even bigger piece of crap than they were to begin with.
Wait, you're not Delta? Is that
No,
what you're saying?
absolutely not. I think Joe Biggs needed 15 minutes of video to fill, and he could have. I mean, I could have taken a crap and made it go more viral than that video. So
what do you think about people calling you the Fat Delta Guy? Is that a fair?
I've been called worse by better, so I'm good with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing here if you're not Delta?
Well, I'm a private security contractor.
Okay.
I've been hired by a media organization, and my team and I are here to make sure that they can come in and cover Ferguson safely.
Sure.
So when we're in the parking lot at the Justice Center in Clayton, we noticed a group of spec up looking fellas. I'll go ahead and put that question mark there for you, because what we're saying is we obviously don't know who you're with, but based off your attire and how you're dressed, it kind of seems like that. I mean, how dare I even come to that conclusion, seeing as how there's 2,200 National Guard being sent to the area, there's 1,000 police on standby, oh, and 100 FBI agents were just sent there the day before. How dare I look at this group and go, question mark, wonder what these guys are doing, and then notice that when they shut the trunk to their Suburban, there's a North Carolina plates. How dare I go even a step further and go, what's in North Carolina? Okay, Fort Bragg. What's at Fort Bragg? Home of the Special Forces. What else is there? Delta Force. That's all it is. We're sitting there going, they've already sent 100 FBI agents. There's 2,200 National Guard. There's 1,000 police. Right now we have more boots on ground in Ferguson than we do overseas in combat. You guys came out and you said on your video that you're not spec ops. In fact, you're contractors. All right? Most contracting places like that, they usually hire ex-military. So at some point in time, you could have been in the military and the buddies that you were there working with. And you also said that we are crap, which I find to be really funny, seeing as how you said your job there was to protect these mainstream media outlets, because we all know that Fox News doesn't lie, or CNN or the MSNBC with all their race baiting that goes on nonstop. I mean, for crying out loud, MSNBC actually has Al Sharpton on their programs, and all that's all he does. But you're there to take a bullet for these guys, and we're crap. Alrighty then. Well, what we're going to do now is take a look at a couple clips of different mainstream media outlets that were there in Ferguson covering.
Going on inside there from whatever is inside, whether it's sorry, I just got hit.
Ooh, that had to hurt. Taking a rock to the head. Well, maybe you guys weren't guarding her, at that time. Maybe it was Chris Hayes over on West Florissant, right across from the building that was on fire as gunfire was coming at him.
Very fat. Ew, that's gunfire. All right. Just a hail of gunfire just now.
Driving down the street.
Yeah.
I think we got to.
Okay. We're being told to fall back. I'm going to throw to you in the studio.
Or maybe you guys were watching this Fox News anchor as he was reporting the fact that there were some Molotovs sitting down, and then this guy comes and runs up and throws the camera to the ground, and they lose their feed.
However, looks like we got a stash here of some New Amsterdam Citron vodka and an orange mixer. If you could pan down and show that.
Hey man, fuck them, fuck man.
All right, we heard that. Excuse us, those watching at home. This is live television.
I'm not gonna do that.
What about all the people that have these masks on like that guy? How many people are covering themselves? Uh-oh. All right, as you can see, we lost Steve Harrigan's shot.
About 8 shots, 9 shots. Let's go back. 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 Multiple shots fired. Back now! All the way back. It's nighttime. We don't know who's firing at who. We're just pulling back out of range.
I've heard you. It's
sounds.
Go ahead.
Small caliber, all the way back. Dutch back.
Well, I mean, there you have it. There's a lot of mainstream media outlets right there that are getting attacked by the protesters or rioters, whatever you want to call it, having rocks thrown at them, exposing Molotovs, and there's nowhere for any, I don't see any guards anywhere around for them. So maybe you guys were just out there doing whatever. But either way, I'd like to point out the fact that, our crap media network, Infowars, if you don't remember, you might want to go back and look at the footage for yourself, but we didn't have armed or unarmed bodyguards like these guys did, and they still got hurt. Jakari Jackson and I were out there by ourselves. We didn't even stand beside each other half the time. We went out there and actually brought real coverage of what was going on as the bullets were flying by, as they were shooting at firefighters, making them, or forcing them, I should say, to pull back and then allowing these buildings to burn down. But you know what? You guys are right. We're just crap. We go out there and actually report on real stuff, and we expose lies. We don't go out there and protect Fox News and CNN and MSNBC or anything like that because we know that, these guys tell the truth all the time. Never have they ever used a green screen to say that they were actually overseas in a combat situation. Whatever, but guess what? Before you call us crap, you might want to go do your homework and see what it is that we're really about. We go out there fearlessly. We had bullets flying by. We didn't run. We sat out there in the streets as people were driving by up and down the road with guns waving out the window, shooting and all of that. Yet we never retreated, we didn't run back, and we didn't need bodyguards to sit there and help us because you know what? You need bodyguards to help protect stuff because that's what's happening when there's lies being put out. That's why they need bodyguards, because what they do is put out garbage. They are crap. Infowars actually puts out real news. So you might want to start fact checking things like that before you go out and do your exclusive interviews talking about us and calling us crap. Once again, I'm Joe Biggs with real news here at Infowars.com.
Well, that's it for the show tonight. Stick around after the news. We're going to air a little teaser snippet from an upcoming groundbreaking interview. David Knight sits down with Greg Morse. He's going to expose the savings and loan scandal and just how the U.S. government funds its Black Ops programs. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and then head over to the Infowars store. We are running some epic specials, 20, 30, 40% off. It's only for a limited time, and of course, shipping is free. The best thing that you can give to your family and to yourself for Christmas is the gift of health. Health is the number one thing, so head over to the Infowars store, pick up all your Christmas needs and stocking stuffers there, and of course, all your purchases help us to run this operation and to continue bringing you all that you need to help fight the info war. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you here Monday, 7 p.m. Central.
Now, one of the things I said in the introduction was this even touches on possibly on some of these banker suicides. We've seen a rash of banker suicides at a time when these guys are doing really well. And it's not like it's the Depression where they're jumping out of windows, but a lot of people have died under mysterious circumstances. But I want to go to this, and that is Brad Birkenfeld. Now, he got $104 million from the IRS for exposing secretive banking operations and tax evasions involving UBS and the Swiss banking system. That all came about because of Brad Birkenfeld's whistleblowing. Yet, when he came to the Department of Justice with this information, nobody went to jail. Even after all this came to light, nobody went to jail except for the whistleblower himself, Brad Birkenfeld. That's where he met Scott Bennett in prison. Scott Bennett was in the Army. He was with Booz Allen Hamilton, blew the whistle on some of the things that he discovered to his superiors. He was sent to jail, I believe, on some trumped-up charges that look pretty phony.
They spent 6 months living together in this white-collar jail up in Pennsylvania, at which they exchanged documents, stories, and dotted the I's and crossed the T's. And it appears, since Birkenfeld has not been available to us, it appears, and we have all the documented communiques to the military, to Congress, just as we do in my case on the whistleblower document, they are obviously running to hide. They do not want this coming out in any way, and they're doing everything they can to either not respond, or in my case, to Scott, or in my case, we've had 4 formal responses from 4 of the largest government agencies, which have in writing put their signatures on it to my attention. It's on the website for people to see, which says all of this stuff is outside our jurisdiction, including
Exactly.
the Department of Justice.
Exactly. But of course, the Department of Justice was involved in the whistleblowers case. They sent him to jail for a couple of years. As he got out, he was handed a check for $104 million from the IRS for being a whistleblower. And as they had, after they had convicted him, the prosecutor, Kevin Downey, said that he needed the judge to give him some more time with the whistleblower because he was getting so much key intel from him. Don't take him away and send him to jail just yet. So admitted that it was very important. Now, one of the things that I want to pull out, which again hits possibly to these banker suicides, is how it looks like he was possibly set up, according to Scott Bennett. And when Scott Bennett talked about Brad and what initially happened to him, when Brad came from Switzerland to talk to the Department of Justice initially, shortly after that, one of his friends back in London where he was living got a communique from the Swiss bank, UBS, asking him why he had contacted them. They essentially had received a letter that was unsigned that was in the name of this London friend who didn't know anything about this because Brad Birkenfeld had done this secretively, had traveled there secretly to talk to the Department of Justice. Yet somebody who knew that he had talked to the Department of Justice had contacted UBS in the name of this friend who didn't know anything about it, presumably hoping that UBS would do something about it or do something to him, I presume. But yet they called this London friend who was absolutely astonished and then called Birkenfeld for an explanation. You want to comment on that?
I'd rather, quite frankly, I'd rather let Scott at a later date go into all that detail because he was much closer to the topic than I. What I can tell you is that if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, let's don't shy away from making the ultimate conclusionary statement. That is, it's a duck.
Yeah.
These guys are covering this up because they know we're on their trail. They're afraid of it. And they don't know how to stop it because we're in a position now where they cannot stop us from getting all the way to the Supreme Court and going to the Congress of the United States.
Celebrate the spirit of freedom and liberty upon which our nation was founded at InfoWarsShop.com. Molon Lave is ancient Greek for come and take it. This popular design combines both classic Greek Spartan imagery with modern M16 assault rifles. Now available in women's tees and proudly made in the USA. Celebrate the spirit of 1776 with the George Washington brass belt buckle or this incredibly sharp-looking 1776 hat. Badass. And be sure to check out the new arrivals at Infowars Life, where you can prepare your body to perform at peak levels with Survival Shield, Nascent Iodine, Super Male Vitality, and Fluoride Shield. And wake up, America. Immune Support Blend is the healthy choice for the gourmet coffee lover. So get incredibly high-quality, freedom-based products and help fund the revolution at InfoWarsShop.com.
You are watching the Infowars Nightly News, which airs 7 p.m. Central at InfoWarsNews.com. Members can share their passcodes with up to 11 other people, and your support is helping us defend liberty worldwide.